Hello and a very good morning. You're watching the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are the headlines. Prime Minister calls all-party meet ahead of budget session. Meeting important as hostilities with opposition parties on several issues grow. JNU protests spill onto the streets of Delhi. Supporters of Students' Union President beaten up outside court premises. Former DU professor SAR Gilani arrested on charges of sedition. Mysuru is the cleanest city in India. Dhanbad in Jharkhand the dirtiest, according to the findings of the government's cleanliness survey. Dissident Congress leader Kaliko Pull stakes claim to form the government in Arunachal Pradesh, submits memorandum to the governor. 11 BJP and 2 independent MLAs also back Pull's claim. And at least 50 people killed in airstrikes on hospitals and schools in northern Syria. Turkey and Russia blame each other. Syria blames the US. Well, with just a week to go for the budget session of Parliament, the Prime Minister has convened a meeting of floor leaders of all parties in both houses of Parliament today. The meeting assumes significance amidst growing hostilities between the ruling and opposition parties on several issues. With not much legislative business taken up due to disruption in the previous 2 sessions, the government is making a fresh bid to ensure smooth functioning this time around. The government says it is not an all-party meeting and the bills it seeks to introduce or pass will not be discussed. Meanwhile, dissident Congress leader Kaliko Pull has staked claim to form the next government in Arunachal Pradesh. Pull submitted a memorandum to Governor Jyoti Prasad Rajkoa. Congress MLAs along with 11 BJP legislators and 2 independent members also submitted a separate memorandum to the governor reaffirming their support to Pull. The governor has assured them of putting forward their claims to the president, who will decide when to lift the president's rule in the state. BJP MLAs also made it clear that the party would be supporting a Congress government led by Pull as a leader and had no intention to form a BJP-led government in the state. The Supreme Court is currently considering pleas against imposition of president's rule in the state. The court is also hearing petitions seeking examination of discretionary powers of the governor. In its observations on Monday, the Apex Court said that the Arunachal Pradesh governor was not the aggrieved party. The court is deliberating which of the 2 incidents, running a minority government or running the House by a speaker who has lost majority support, was more harmful to the democracy. Meanwhile, the PDP seems to have adopted a reconciliatory tone after weeks of tough talk with the BJP over government formation in Jammu and Kashmir. The party has said that it has not demanded any confidence-building measures from its ally, the BJP. The party, however, said that the government formation in Jammu and Kashmir will take some time. The party has asserted that the alliance with the BJP is intact and there was no question of making any fresh demands to the coalition partner. The state has been under governor's rule since January 8th, a day after the death of the then Chief Minister Mufti Mohammad Saeed. PDP chief Mehbooba Mufti had earlier talked tough, asserting that PDP cannot move forward in forming the government with the BJP unless the centre takes tangible confidence-building measures to address the causes of alienation and works towards a lasting solution to the state's problems. The BJP, on the other hand, says that the communication lines with the PDP are open.
ये चीजें कॉन्फिडेंशियल होती है ना, वो वक्त से पहले इंसान बोल दे तो बनती हुई बात भी बिगड़ जाती है. इस पर गौर हो रहा है. हम सिर्फ कुर्सी के लिए अलायंस तो नहीं चाहते, हम लोगों की खिदमत के लिए चाहते हैं, इसलिए उसमें कुछ टाइम लगेगा.
Moving on to some other news now that is snowballing into a major controversy. The JNU protests have spilled onto the streets of Delhi, literally. The Patiala House Court complex witnessed violence on Monday as a mob wearing lawyers' robes slapped and kicked supporters of arrested JNU Students' Union President Kanhaiya Kumar. Teachers of the varsity were also chased away from the premises. To make it worse, journalists reporting from the scene were also thrashed and warned. The incident has now snowballed into a major controversy, with the entire opposition now up in arms against the centre, demanding stringent action against this kind of hooliganism. Here's more.
controversy over the arrest of JNU Students' Union President Kanhaiya Kumar escalated dramatically outside the Patiala House Court in Delhi on Monday. Just minutes before Kanhaiya Kumar was brought to court, violence erupted outside the court complex. A group of lawyers attacked the students and faculty members at the Jawaharlal Nehru University.
These people, there are 6-7 lawyers here who started lobbying people in the morning कि ये साले पाकिस्तानी हैं, माँ बहन की गालियाँ देते रहे. We were not saying anything to them. We were just 10 people standing and waiting to see family.
लेकिन आज जो हुआ है ये भारत के इतिहास में लोकतंत्र पर और ये जो संविधान है इस पर काला धब्बा है.
Some journalists who were there to cover the court proceedings were also manhandled and threatened. 2 FIRs have been registered in the scuffle. Home Secretary Rajiv Maharishi has also promised action against those involved in the attack. The incident drew massive condemnation from all quarters, with the Congress promising to raise the issue in the upcoming budget session of Parliament.
Instead of dealing with the university students in the way they should be dealt with, they are being dealt with as criminals. And this is not the British Raj anymore. We have won our freedom.
This is something which we are not surprised. I mean, these elements are that. I mean, after all, if such elements could have taken the life of Mahatma Gandhi, and they call us anti-national after what they've done.
मैं समझता हूँ तमाम लोकतांत्रिक और सेकुलर ताकतें इकट्ठा होंगी और केंद्र सरकार को मुंहतोड़ जवाब दिया जाएगा.
Meanwhile, at the university campus, students went on an indefinite strike, demanding immediate release of their leader. Even though the teachers have extended solidarity with the protesting students, they have not joined the strike yet. Vice Chancellor Jadesh Kumar's appeal to the students to not resort to strikes and protests went unheeded.
We stand by freedom of expression. The entire university community is behind me, teachers, karamcharis and students. We are looking at the entire event. Our inquiry committee is looking into this. It is all of our responsibility to bring normalcy so that we go on with our academic activities.
And as political tensions boiled the debate over slapping of sedition charges against Kanhaiya Kumar, the Delhi police detained former Delhi University lecturer S.A.R. Gilani for allegedly organizing an event at the Press Club of India to mark the death anniversary of Parliament attack convict Afzal Guru. Today, the Delhi High Court will hear a plea seeking a NIA probe into sedition charges against Kanhaiya Kumar, whose custody has been extended by 2 more days. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, in the middle of the protests at the Jawaharlal Nehru University, BJP chief Amit Shah has accused Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi of hobnobbing with anti-national elements. In a blog post, Shah also demanded an apology from Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. The Congress party reacted sharply by reacting to the blog, rejecting allegations levelled at the Gandhis, even questioning Shah's credentials.
BJP President Amit Shah jumped into the JNU Protests cauldron on Monday, accusing the Congress party of hobnobbing with anti-nationalists. In a blog post on the party website, Shah specifically targets Rahul Gandhi, questioning the Congress Vice President's visit to the campus. He asked several pointed questions of Rahul, including whether the Congress leader has lent his voice to separatists in the country and does he want another partition. In the blog, Amit Shah also targets left parties. He says that a progressive mindset cannot be equated with support for anti-national sentiments.
देश की जमीन पर देश के किसी भी हिस्से पर इस तरह की देशद्रोही गतिविधियों को सहन नहीं करना चाहिए, न सहन किया जाएगा. पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय उपाध्यक्ष श्री राहुल गांधी ने वहां जाकर जिस तरह से इस घटना का समर्थन किया, वो इससे भी ज्यादा चिंता की बात है. तो मैं कांग्रेस पार्टी से पूछना चाहता हूं कि इससे बड़ी देशद्रोह के लिए सबूत क्या हो सकती है जो ये नारे हैं.
Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi reacted sharply to the criticism, saying the ruling party has no right to question his patriotic credentials.
देशभक्ति का लाइसेंस की दुकान खोल रखी है आरएसएस ने. सिर्फ वो कह सकते हैं देशभक्त कौन है, देशद्रोही कौन है। और ये लोग हैं कौन? ये वही लोग हैं जिन्होंने गांधी जी के सीने में 3 गोलियां मारी थी। ये वही लोग हैं जो अंग्रेजों के सामने माफी मांगते थे।
The Congress stood firmly behind its leader, rejecting all charges leveled by Amit Shah.
महात्मा गांधी के विचारों के हत्यारों और गॉडसे के विचारों के वंशजों से हमें या देश को राष्ट्र प्रेम और देशभक्ति का पाठ नहीं सीखना। सबसे अधिक विडंबनापूर्ण यह है कि एक ऐसे व्यक्ति जो खुद माननीय उच्चतम न्यायालय द्वारा तड़ी पार कर दिए गए थे, वो राष्ट्र प्रेम और देशभक्ति का पाठ भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस को पढ़ा रहे हैं।
While the Congress has accused BJP-led NDA government of undue use of police force on the JNU campus, the ruling party has termed Congress's stand as being supportive of anti-national elements. With Shyam Sundar, Vishal Dahiya, Rajya Sabha TV, Delhi.
Meanwhile, on day 2 of his visit to Assam, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi will undertake a Padayatra in Sivasagar district. The Padayatra or foot march will start from Ranghar to Darbar in Sivasagar, covering a total of 6 kilometers. On the first day of his visit, Rahul launched the party's election campaign in the poll-bound state. He began his visit from Sonipur, where he addressed party workers. He then went to Bipuria in Lakhimpur district to address a conclave of women workers of the party. In his speech, Rahul hit out at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, accusing him of only giving assurances but never fulfilling them. He said the policies of the BJP have always been divisive, and because of that, the party will go the Bihar way in Assam as well, where assembly elections are due in 2 months. Let's listen into what he had to say.
अभी इस चुनाव से पहले वो बिहार गए, मोदी जी ने वहां बहुत भाषण किए, गुस्सा फैलाने की कोशिश की, और कांग्रेस पार्टी लालू जी और नीतीश जी एक तरफ हो गए और हमने भाईचारा फैलाया। और जब वो चुनाव हारे, बिल्कुल आश्चर्य हो गए, उनको समझ में नहीं आया क्या हुआ, क्योंकि वो सोचते थे कि बिहार में हिंदू को मुसलमान से लड़ाकर, एक धर्म को दूसरे धर्म से लड़ाकर वो चुनाव जीत जाएंगे। वही यहां होने वाला है।
Well, it's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries. Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 10:30 p.m.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, the centre has sanctioned nearly 4,100 crore rupees as disaster relief to 7 states, including poll-bound Tamil Nadu and Assam. The high-level committee chaired by Home Minister Rajnath Singh approved the sum as central assistance to states affected by floods and drought. The committee examined the proposals based on the report of the central team which visited the affected states by severe drought. The HLC approved the assistance from the National Disaster Relief Fund. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, Union Home Secretary Rajiv Mehrishi and senior officers of the Ministries of Home, Finance and Agriculture attended the meeting. Jharkhand, Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh are among 10 states in the country which are reeling under severe drought conditions due to 14% deficit monsoon this year. Tamil Nadu witnessed massive floods in October 2015. Moving on to some economic news now. Reversing 4 months of rising trend, WPI inflation fell to minus 0.9% in January as food articles, mainly vegetables and pulses, turned cheaper. The wholesale price index-based inflation was negative 0.73% in December. In January 2015, it was negative 0.95%. This is the 15th straight month since November 2014 that deflationary pressure persisted and wholesale inflation remained in the negative zone. Food inflation stood at 6.02% in January as against 8.17% in December, according to the official data released on Monday. In more economic news now, India's export in January dipped to 13.6% for the 14th straight month to $21 billion due to a steep fall in shipment of petroleum products and engineering goods. Imports too shrank 11% to $28.71 billion last month, leaving a trade deficit of $7.63 billion as against $7.87 billion in the same month last year. It is the lowest deficit in 11 months, while gold imports shot up 85.16% last month to $2.91 billion. Overseas shipments of petroleum products shrank 35.18% to $1.95 billion in January, while decline of 27.6% to 4.98 million was seen in engineering goods. Well, in 2 weeks from now, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will present the Union Budget 2016. Different groups have different expectations from this year's budget. Starting today, we will bring you the budget expectations of different stakeholders. Today, we look at the rural sector. In a bid to drive rural consumption and assuage distress in the agriculture sector, the Finance Minister is expected to give budgetary push to programs on irrigation and rural roads. The focus on agriculture assumes importance as farmers across the country have suffered a drought on the one hand and unseasonally heavy rainfall on the other, severely impacting rural income and consumption. Here's more.
Two consecutive deficient monsoons, a global crash in commodity prices, and the agriculture sector that provides employment to more than 60% of the country's population has taken a hit. With an eye on improving farm productivity, the government allocated 50,000 crore rupees over 5 years under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana in July 2015. However, experts feel that efforts need to be bolstered to extend irrigation facilities to all farmers. Of the 142 million hectares of land used for cultivation, currently only 45% is under irrigation. Clearly, a push is needed.
वाटरशेड मैनेजमेंट हुआ, उस पे पैसा ज़्यादा लगाइए, 1 मिलियन टैंक्स स्टोरेज टैंक्स बनाइए, माइक्रो इरिगेशन सिस्टम्स को इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर लेंडिंग स्टेटस दीजिए. उसी हिसाब से जब आप जाएंगे मार्केटिंग पे तो हमने प्राइस डेफिशिएंसी पेमेंट की बात करी है.
Better access to roads in rural areas is also critical to raising agricultural productivity. It is expected that allocation to the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana could be maintained at the 15,000 crore rupees sanctioned for 2015-16 or enhanced with a definite objective of connecting all rural habitations with all-weather roads by March 2019. Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari has sought a record 70,000 crore rupees to boost road construction and spur economic growth.
One needs the rural road connectivity as a more urgent requirement. With the highways, although the highway construction and the money that's been pumped into it has been largely responsible for the increase in public investment this year, which in turn has driven economic growth.
The crop insurance scheme could also get a leg up, with the Prime Minister already pitching for efforts to spread awareness about the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Enumerating the setbacks that have hit the agriculture sector in the last couple of years, all eyes are set on what reforms and policies Budget 2016 would bring in for the farm sector. This is Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
It's time for another quick breather on the program, but we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Art arisen from a multi-hued cultural canvas. Tradition and cultural fervor dating back centuries. And encircling them all, there's a magic that awes. Embrace your nation's brilliant human warmth. Watch Colors of India, Sundays at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, Mysuru in Karnataka has been ranked the cleanest in the country in the government's Swachh Sarvekshan or Cleanliness Survey 2016. It had also won the title last year. Mysuru tops the list of 73 cities that were surveyed this year. They include 22 state capitals as well. Cities with a population of over 10 lakh were eligible. The city of Palaces was also ranked first in a list of 476 cities last year. Besides Mysuru, in the top 4 this year are Chandigarh, Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu and central New Delhi, Golden National Capital Territory. At the bottom of this list of 73 are Patna in Bihar, ranked 70th, followed by Itanagar in Arunachal Pradesh, Asansol in West Bengal, and at the last place is Dhanbad in Jharkhand. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's own Lok Sabha constituency, Varanasi, too fared badly, coming in at a poor 65th.
These 73 cities, based on strategic efforts for infrastructure creation relating to toilets, solid waste management, present level of service delivery and behavior change communication. Survey results including ranks are announced to further promote a healthy spirit of competition among the cities. That is the purpose.
Well, here's a look now at what's expected to make news during the course of the day today in our segment, The Day Ahead. The CPIM Politburo and Central Committee will meet today to discuss poll preparations ahead of assembly elections in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and West Bengal. Today's meeting will be followed by another meeting of the Central Committee in 2 days. The issue of an alliance with the Congress in West Bengal is likely to come up in the meeting today. Samajwadi Party Supremo Mulayam Singh Yadav will address a public rally in Mumbai today. It's being called a Desh Banao, Desh Bachao rally and assumes significance against the backdrop of the Shiv Sena accusing the UP government of doing anti-national business for appeasement politics. The BJP ally had lashed out at the Akhilesh Yadav government for allowing Pakistani ghazal maestro Ghulam Ali to hold a concert in the state. Counting of votes for by-polls to 12 assembly constituencies in 8 states will be held today. These states include Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, Bihar and Tripura, where by-polls were held on the 13th of February. Central and paramilitary forces have been deployed to ensure smooth counting of votes. Some sports news now. On the penultimate day of the 12th South Asian Games, the Indian boxers won all the 7 gold medals up for grabs, while shooters ended their campaign with an outstanding tally of 25 gold medals. Shiv Thapa, Devendra Singh, Mandeep Jangra, Vikas Krishnan and Manoj Kumar were among the 7 Indian pugilists who bagged gold medals in their respective weight categories. Women boxers MC Mary Kom, Sarita Devi and Pooja Rani will compete for the gold medals today. Indian shooters bagged 4 gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze medals on the final day of the shooting event to finish the games with a total of 45 medals, including 25 gold. The Indian women's football team also won a gold after defeating Nepal 4-0 in the summit clash. The men's team, however, lost to Nepal to settle for a silver. India also won 5 gold in judo, 3 in taekwondo and 2 each in kabaddi and handball. Well, with 25 medals on Monday, India surpassed the 300 mark in the medals tally. India are on top of the table with 183 gold, 88 silver and 30 bronze. Sri Lanka remains second with 25 gold, followed by Pakistan and Afghanistan at third and fourth place respectively. Finally, some international news now. At least 50 people were killed in airstrikes on hospitals and schools in northern Syria on Monday. UN called it a blatant violation of international laws. As usual, Turkey and Russia played the blame game over the horrific attacks. Meanwhile, Syrian ambassador to Moscow blamed the US, a claim the Pentagon dismissed as false. Here's more.
Carnage in northern Syria. Several missiles hit 5 medical centers and 2 schools in rebel-held Syrian towns on Monday. Among those hit was a Medicine Sans Frontiers hospital. The town of Azaz also came under attack, the last rebel stronghold before the border with Turkey. Missiles slammed into a school sheltering families fleeing the offensive.
Again, a deliberate attack against medical structure. It's clearly an attack against the medical mission.
The UN was quick to respond, calling it a blatant violation of international laws. UN envoy to Syria, Staffan de Mistura, arrived in Damascus on Monday and announced he is expected to hold talks with Syrian Foreign Minister on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the EU said it has plans to establish a humanitarian aid office in Damascus. France called it a war crime.
To the hospital of Médecins Sans Frontières is completely unacceptable, and we will continue to pressure all the parties to respect the basic principles of humanitarian law.
Blame game continues. When activists accused Russia and Assad forces for the horrific attacks, Turkey put the blame on Russia, calling it obvious war crimes. Turkey continues to shell Kurdish positions for the third day as they try to stop Kurds from seizing the town of Azaz. The standoff between Russia and Turkey has increased the risk of direct confrontation between Russia and the NATO member Turkey. The Syrian ambassador to Moscow said the US was to blame.
Ve alanda Rusya'nın bir piyonu gibi davranan YPG-PYD güçleri az dönük saldırılara devam ederlerse ve mülteci akınlarına sebebiyet verirlerse onlara da en kararlı şekilde Rusya'nın niyetinin ateşkes ya da barış değil, daha çok sivil öldürerek, daha çok katliam yaparak Suriye rejimini yaşatmak olur.
The intensified fighting has cast a shadow over the cessation of hostilities which was agreed at the Munich agreement. Taking potshots at Turkey and Saudi Arabia, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad said ceasefire should create stability.
That's it on this edition of The Breakfast News. Have a good day.